According to the American Lung Association, secondhand smoke causes almost 50,000 deaths in the United States for those non-smokers each year, including approximately 3,400 from some type of lung disease and 69,000 from forms of heart disease. Although smokers are the only ones directly inhaling the smoke from the cigarettes, that doesn't mean that everyone else is not affected. Everyone else's life is in jeopardy. People around them don't get the choice to breathe the contaminated air. The people have to breathe. They can't choose not to breathe. So if you're in a car with someone that's smoking a cigarette, yeah, you can roll down the window, but the air's still going to circulate around the car, thus affecting them. Obviously, we all know the knowledge of smoking and the dangers that are associated with it. There isn't a place for it in the society any longer. It is imperative that the federal government bans the sale of cigarettes to promote a health increase within the nation. Smokers believe that they have the freedom to smoke cigarettes in the United States. It provides them a freedom. It's their choice. Therefore, as citizens, they feel that they have a right to smoke. Nonetheless, their freedom to smoke impedes other citizens' liberties, as they do not get to choose whether or not to breathe the contaminated air with secondhand smoke, which is also harmful to their health, severely harmful to their health. According to the CDC, 3,000 non-smoking adults die of diseases caused by secondhand smoke every year. If given the freedom to choose, an individual isn't going to want to breathe the contaminated air. It puts their health at risk, along with trying to help and benefit the others that are smoking. They want to put a positive impact on them and show them, this is what happens, don't smoke. So in order to protect all the citizens, both non-smokers and smokers, it's just best if smoking cigarettes was banned. It's also been proven that smoking has a bad influence on your kids. You raise your kids around that environment, they're going to want to be like you. It's lead by example. It's also been linked to behavioral disorders. So some children whose parents smoke in their presence are being set up to repeat the same behavior or choose harder drugs. A child's behavior may also be damaged by their parents' smoking habit. Researchers have found that children who grow up in smoking households develop ADD, which is attention deficit disorder. They also develop some form of bipolar disorder and conduct disorders. They have a problem recognizing authority. Even if a child doesn't develop a smoking habit, their behavior will still be affected by the surroundings in the smoking environment. So, how is that benefiting your children? You want your children to succeed in life. That's setting them up for failure, both from a health perspective and a social perspective. Smoking impairs your lifelong health. Everyone knows that. College students are exposed to high levels of environmental tobacco smoke as children. They maintain a higher blood pressure. And those who smoke, you kill your lung cells. They're filled with tar, your lungs become black, and you no longer have the same vital capacity you had before. So that's one. That's a huge impact. You can't breathe as well as you could before. You also increase your chance of lung cancer and some form of heart disease. Not only are children at health risk, but so is the environment. The secondhand smoke acts as a pollutant to the environment, so you're affecting animals, you're affecting the ozone layer, you're affecting plants. Pollution increase has been shown that the tobacco smoke it produces more particulate matter pollution than a low idling emission diesel engine, which is huge. With increasing depletion of the ozone layer and air quality, banning cigarettes makes sense. It'll benefit everyone and future generations to come. It's a safeguard. Aside from the emission of smoke, the packaging used for the cigarettes is pollution. It's also littering. It defiles the ecosystem. 2 billion empty cigarette packs and 50 billion cigarette butts that are non-biodegradable are consumed by dogs, birds, and other small creatures. Therefore, they end up dying. So, in conclusion, cigarettes are destructive to your health. They're destructive to your children's health and other people around you. They cause behavioral disorders, and it affects the environment. Depletes the ozone layer. I mean, these are several reasons that smoking is a negative, and that the sale of cigarettes should be banned.